Galloping hooves has been the soundtrack throughout the history of Punjab. Punjab, being the northwestern frontier of the Indian subcontinent, has been the entry point for many conquerors, which has defined the spirit of its people. From the time of Mahabharata, most of India was passive, showing no resistance to foreign conquerors. While Mughal rulers saw it as a fresh injection of support for their dominance, however, Punjabis raised unyielding resistance, exhausting the most powerful invaders. Starting with the sixth Guru, Guru Hargobind Singh Ji, horses became an integral part of Punjabi life. He requested disciples to donate and breed horses for hunting and fighting. The 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, remembered as the saint soldier, is often depicted on his blue horse. During his time, women were considered equal to men in all aspects of life, including battlefield. Mai Pago, considered a saint by the Sikhs, brought back a group of 40 soldiers, endearingly called the Chali Mukhtas or 40 martyrs, to fight for him at the Battle of Muksar. In recognition of her bravery, she was appointed by Guru Gobind Singh Ji as one of his 10 bodyguards. In the 18th century, Maharaj Ranjit Singh put an end to the continuous invasion of Indian subcontinent. Rani Sada Kaur was the brain behind Maharaj Ranjit Singh's rise to power. He loved horses to the extent that he started a war just to attain a beautiful Peshawari horse, thus not only acquiring the horse but also Peshawar. The Sikh Empire extended into Afghanistan, Kashmir and Ladakh, reaching as far as western Tibet. In the British conquest of India, it took them another 100 years before Punjab came under their fold, only after Maharaj Ranjit Singh's death. An extract from the Journal of Subaltern states, "The Sikhs fought like devils, fierce and untamed. They ran right on the bayonets and struck the assailants while they were transfixed." The Sikh cavalry brigades, with its outstanding horsemanship and appearance, impressed all observers, even the French. According to Gomans, the horse trade in the 18th century flourished due to the cavalry needs of groups like Sikhs and Marathas. Punjab was a vital region in the horse trade between Central Asia and India, thanks to its grazing grounds in the Lakhi jungles and the Bist Jalandhar Doaba. During the two world wars, Punjab was converted into a virtual home front. Approximately 60% of the Indian forces were Sikhs, while they only make 2% of India's population. Given such a history, horse riding fits so well with the Punjabi psyche. Since the time of Guru Hargobind Singh Ji, Punjab history has been marked with cavalry legends. The people of modern-day Punjab have inherited the passion and appreciation for horses in such a way that horsemanship is second nature to them. And so today's revival of equestrian sports in Punjab is the natural comeback. In horse racing as well, many of the winning thoroughbreds come from Punjabi Stud Farms. Punjab's climate and soil composition make it an optimal place for agriculture and horse breeding. Majority of the stud farms are in the district of Muksar. So to learn more, I went to Muksar and Patiala to talk to some of the stud farm owners. I'm really curious about the name Dismesh Hargobind Stud Farms. How did it come about?
Basically, my grandfather and my father conceptualized the name. It's a term of endearment amongst the Sikh community for our 10th Guru, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And Dashmesh is a very commonly used term to mention his name, basically. Hargobind is because that was our 6th Guru of the Sikhs, and he was the first person who actually was a very good rider, and he was the first Guru who went into the martial arts. As a result of that, we took on the name Hargobind as well.
When did the stud farm start?
We started in 1973, so this would be our 40th year of existence. This year itself, in 2014, actually. And it was conceptualized by my grandfather and my father, but the person who actually ran things on a day-to-day basis was my father. And he was quite the complete horseman, and the pinnacle of his career was when he bred a horse called Elusive Pimpernel. Unfortunately, my father passed away a couple of years back. And anyway, I've been involved in the stud farm since about 99, 2000. First thing that we do is we provide jobs. It's a clean industry, it doesn't pollute. But this is a fully agricultural field. Whether it's maintaining your pastures, whether it's we grow our own oats to a great extent. We have to grow alfalfa for the horses as well and make hay out of it and things like that.
So how come the training is not done here? Wow, look at that.
It's quite technical. I mean, most of the time a horse will have its final piece of exercise 5 days before its race, 4 or 5 days, a few days before it's to run. So here we are just in the process, we are in the business of bringing up horses for sale.
Okay.
And once we've done that, then it's somebody else's job to get them to the race course. The trainer, it's a specialized job in its own way. I know stuff about it, but similar to the fact that a trainer wouldn't know much about my work as a breeder, I wouldn't know too much about a trainer's work as a trainer.
But you don't want to...
It's a completely different skill set.
Vertically expand your business?
No, training is not, it's a day-to-day job. You need somebody who's willing to commit that much time. If you're running a stud farm, yeah, one could maybe. If you have a race course in Punjab, we will set up a training center out here as well. Because
next
that
to
makes
the race
sense.
course or on?
No, out here. Because this is only about 2 hours away from where the race course site is. So that's enough. That's good enough. You need to ship in before a race. Literally, you can go on the morning of a race also. These are all things now. This is, once things start happening, then we'll have to evolve along with the entire process. Wherever there was a British cantonment, there was a race course. And now you can see in places like Dehradun, places like Indore, there are lots of these cantonment towns which have a race course road, but there's no more race course. Our race courses have stayed stuck in the past. The facilities aren't up to the mark. It's about time that we modernized. This is the only legal form of gambling on mainland India. We have got approval for a race course to come up about 8 kilometers from the municipal limits of Ludhiana. It's a great spot of land on the banks of the Satluj River. Technology is improved. All our race courses now in India have live streaming of their racing available when racing is going on.
Colonel Sar Pratap, I don't know what kind of stories I've been telling my husband about horses, and he came up with this theory that I had told him that Punjabi women give birth on horses. Have you heard stories like that? My husband has created one.
Well, see, the background to this is the times when the Sikh armies were, assembling together to fight against the Mughal invaders into India. And the story goes that when Ahmad Shah Abdali was coming to India, his little troops, when they were taking some booty, were raided. So he asked the governor of Lahore, who are the Sikhs? So he says, a group of people who just keep moving around. They do a little plundering job, that's about all to it. She said, no, but where do they live? He said, they live on horseback, they live in their saddles. So he then warned the governor of Punjab at that stage that be careful, one day these people will rule the state.
And
That's how.
So when I made up the story, it wasn't so far from reality.
So that means that, well, in those days, since most of the Sikhs were fighting guerrilla warfare, they would just get together, come out, strike, and then rush back into the hiding places, which were the lucky forests. That is the present day Muktsar to Bikaner area.
Oh, this is where the breed comes from.
Yes, so when we talk of the lucky breed of Punjab, this is the lucky forest where all the horses were being bred. Most of the Sikh forces would come into hiding in this vast forest. That's where they would breed their horses, the women were there, the households were there. All the male stock was moved for military purposes, the mares were kept behind for breeding. We have something similar to that, which I'd like to show you in a couple of minutes. A mare called Berry here, which comes from the famous stallion called Neela Firangi, which Sumer will tell
And
you more
that's
about.
your stud farm.
Yeah, actually, thank you very much. What it is like, as Karan Sir Pratap has already told, like there used to be the price on the heads of Sikhs at that time. Anybody getting the one head for the Sikh is paid a huge price by the Mughal emperors, right? So that time what happens, like the families, the Sikhs, the army of theirs and their generals, everybody was in hiding and fighting guerrilla war. Ladies were the part of the camp, right? So they were always in the rush, saddles were always on the horses. Anytime they have to run out of that place, they have to vacate the place or something, or anytime they were ready to attack.
So because of our horse tradition, we seem to have created our own breeds.
See, the breeds goes back to when the Sikhs, like I told you, went into hiding in the forests. Right? Whenever they were not engaged in warfare, they would concentrate in the lucky jungles, which is known for breeding the best horses. All the top stallions were used for warfare and breeding when not in war. Right? The women were the ones which were looking after the house. They were also responsible for the breeding of most of the mares that were in foal. Right? And the elderly Sikhs, what is now presently the Buddha Dal, they were the guys who would give watch. From there we developed a breed from some of the finest horses that were brought into Punjab. From Turkey, the Turkish breeds, the Arab breeds were all brought into Punjab, and we have our breed, which I believe is the lucky breed.
And you are developing a lot of our old heritage breeds.
Yes, actually I'm fond of the traditional horses, basically the Punjab, the breed of Punjab, right? So what it is like Karan Sir Pratap is telling you, like Sikhs used to be a guerrilla warfare people. Like there used to be the price on the heads of the Punjabis, basically Sikhs, right? Mughals, they used to just announce like anybody's coming up with a one, the head of a Sikh is paid a huge price, right? So that time they were into hiding into the forest and everywhere, and as you see the geographical condition of the Punjab, right? So this is basically a battleground. All the horses of the world came here and fought.
Yes.
So what it is, armies left, armies die, armies move, but many of the horses stay behind.
Plus, our gurus had started the tradition of horses.
Then they come up the mixing of the horses. So this is how the Punjabi breed of horses came up. So it was for the first time, like Sikh army started using those horses, right? So if you see the comparatively, they were bigger than the other breeds of the horses. Mm-hmm. Their frame was better than the other breeds of the horses. They were taller, they were stronger, they were having the blood of European horses as well as Mongolian horses, right? So they were basically came up as a war horse or an endurance horse, having more stamina. So they were basically what it is that breed is called in India now is lucky breed because of that forest belt.
Okay.
Because Sikhs were in hiding with those horses, right? But even today we have lucky breed. Even today, few of the major horses, the legendary horses, the Neela Firangi was one of them. Karamati, the son of Leela Firangi, was a huge horse and it was having a huge mane as well. which used to be one of the features of the European horses.
Okay.
Because they come from the area which is too cold.
Yes.
Because of that, it's natural they have a big
The
mane.
much covering.
Yeah. So
yes.
Karamati has a big mane. It was a huge horse. So it has some characteristics of the European horses in it. And I got it from the Nihangs. I kept a horse over here.
Okay.
And a story was published. I wrote a story about the Karamati as well, which was published by the this Cowboy magazine in America last month. Right?
Okay.
So this is, now I'm keeping up that breed.
Okay.
Right? So this mare Barry, she is, one of those horses. She is taller, her frame is good, her chest is good, stamina is good, right? And once you just sit on it, and then it shows the actual colors of her, and she is marvelous. So this is basically what the lucky
breed is about.
Yeah.
I also met with Punjab government's husbandry department to learn about their programs to promote Punjabi horse culture and Punjab's horse industry.
It's Animal Husbandry Department of Punjab.
And where is it located?
Headquartered at Chandigarh. And this department caters to the needs of livestock farmers, poultry breeders, small animal breeders, as well as horse breeders.
And I'm very much interested to understand the dynamics of horse breeding in Punjab and how it has started to become such a big business now.
Okay. After partition, it was only some enterprising farmers who were breeding Indian breeds like Marwadi or indigenous mixed breed horses, just like we have Nukra white horses by selective breeding in Punjab state. We organize National Livestock Championship at Shri Muktsar Sahib from 8th to 12th of January every year. In this competitions, animals from not only from Punjab state but horses from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and UP, they also come and participate. The cash incentive is very good, 1 lakh prize for first position, and the person who has a 15th position, he also gets say 5,000, just to encourage the farmers. And it has a tremendous response. People have good quality stallions, mares and colt fillies, and they are breeding now in a very professional manner, and they are taking help of not only a department but of our veterinary university based at Ludhiana also. And afterwards, Punjab state government, they organized one agriculture summit. It was held recently from 16th to 19th of February this year at Mohali, Chaparchidi ground. And in that exhibition, we showcased all the winners, first 3 positions of winner animals from Punjab state as well as other states. We showcased them in huge pavilions, and it was a very good experience. People just thronged and they clicked and they inquired and they took their mobile numbers and their addresses so that they are in future they are also able to contact them and purchase their horses.
All of this excitement about breeding and owning a horse seems like a new revival.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I didn't hear so much about this.
After partition in 47, mechanization, motorcycles and 4-wheelers, they replaced the only mode of transport, horses. But now again, it is taking a full circle, and now again people have realized that okay, at this point they don't need them for transport, but they need them for their economic revival. They can be very helpful
and for leisure
and for leisure, for sports, and for their status symbol also.
But is it since the 2000 or when did this revival get into full bloom?
It started in 2008. 2008. It started in 2008 and it's just going full steam. And in the years to come, all over the country, people who come and watch this National Livestock Championship at Muktsar, they are of the opinion that such kind of show, such kind of competitions and such participation, huge participation of quality animals, horses, it can never happen anywhere else in India.
What is Nukra? I seem to hear a lot about it in Punjab.
It's a pure white horse with pink skin, and they are in very huge demand by different police forces, army, because they are used by the commanders during ceremonial parades and then again religious functions as well as marriages, and people just keep them for their sheer beauty, just as a status symbol. Because in Punjab there is an old saying that if there is a Sardar a rich person, some mare or some steed must be tied at near his gate.
So BMW and a white horse?
Yeah,
Is a status symbol?
it's a BMW for horses in India.
So you told me that farm started about 18 years ago.
Yeah.
How many mares did you start it with?
My father has started the stud farm with 2-3 mares because they have basically they have started it as a passion.
How many horses do you keep?
I have a setup of around 25 horses, including all the yearlings and all the babies and all the brood mares.
So they are mainly mares or stallions too?
Basically, I have a breeding station. That's why I have 12 mares, and the stallions are all at the Shmir Stud Farm. We have a partnership in that.
And Robin, is this something you're looking into as well?
Yeah, I'm looking for a new business after agriculture, and this is I feel like this is the best business that suits, and because agriculture is such a business in which I'm free for 7-8 months.
Complement your existing businesses.
Yeah, it can complicate my business.
And is that the reason you see so many stud farms in Muxar area? You have food to feed your horses. You have stallions that you can
because the
partner
land
with.
is also
We got
a little
land.
bit. We have a land actually. In the stud farm, you need a land and all the setup. It's a basically agro-based industry only.
Charanjit, when did you buy Total Gallery?
We bought him in December 2011 from Newmarket.
And where is that?
That's in England.
So you go all the way to England to buy a horse?
Yeah, we have to buy a stallion from abroad only.
And why him?
Because he's basically a sprinter. And in Indian racing is more in sprinting nature.
And it seems like he has a great pedigree.
Yeah, he's got a very good pedigree. Dame was a sale topper in 2010 broodmare sales.
It must have been a special horse, and is this because of its racing performance?
Yes, ma'am, because it's he won that Prix d'Abbé Group 1 in France, beating beating champion 2-year-old sprinter in Fleeting Spirit, and I think he was only 3 years at that time, and the other all were 4 years old, so he was the youngest out of that lot.
I see. And he has already started to.
Now he's covering the mare. He's got foals as yearlings now at the moment.
Okay.
So next year they will be going up for the sales.
So Charanjit, how many stallions and mares you usually keep at your farm?
At the moment we have 20 mares and 1 stallion. So, but we don't like to increase more than those mares. It's very tough because the biggest problem is basically farms is manual labor. So manual labor is very tough problem in India at the moment. You don't get good sizes, you don't get good people to work. That's why we don't like to increase our mares on the farm, and we have got we have got infrastructure that we can cater to 20 mares only.
So Charanjit, do you provide covering just for your mares, or you also do it for other farms?
The outside mares are coming. We have a lot of mares coming in for covering. Like my friends, those who have got farms around, they send their mares and all for covering.
So people can get into this business just by having mare and work with people who have top stallions.
Yeah, that is the way it's done. It's not an easy job. If what people think but it's a tough job.
If there's one thing you would like to improve your industry, what would that be?
We think there should be a race course in Ludhiana, and if Ludhiana race course comes up in Ludhiana, at least we can enjoy our racing also. Now we are breeding and going all the way to every weekend, going to Bombay or going for races to other places. It's very tough. So we would like at least we have a race course in Ludhiana. We can enjoy ourselves, go for weekend races, and even people can enjoy.
Yeah.
At least they will see what racing is.
Horse breeding is not only part of modern day Punjab, but also of its warrior history. In 1699, in the city of Anandpur Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh Ji established the Khalsa, an order of saint soldier who pledged their dedication to defend the poor and oppressed regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, gender, religious beliefs, social or economic status. This is the main concept of Sikhism. Guru's Knights Nihangs, formerly called Akalis, still carry the military ambience that was cultivated by the Guru at that time. Holla Mohalla is a Sikh tradition established by Guru Gobind Singh Ji at Anandpur Sahib in 1701. It follows by one day the festival of Holi. While the word Hola is the masculine version of Holi, Mohalla comes from the Arabic language meaning light and descending. This was established to prepare the army for upcoming fierce struggle against the Mughal imperial power following the Battle of Nihongarh in 1700. Holla Mohalla is about holding military exercises and mock battles. It is display of Sikh valor, Punjabi poetry competition and music, Gathka which is sword wielding, jostling, display of weapons, tent pegging, bareback horse riding, standing erect on two horses while the horses are galloping at full speed, and various such performances are displayed. Most of this is led by Nihangs, who have been preserving the Khalsa tradition for over 3 centuries. To this day, this festival is celebrated in Gurdwaras, Sikh temples all over the world. Holla Mohalla is an extraordinary display of physical ability of the Sikhs, the martial people. The origin of tent pegging can be traced as far back as Alexander the Great. It was a very popular fighting technique of the Khalsas during their blitzkrieg attacks on Mughal camps. This strategic maneuver required a precise stab with the lance on the tent's pegs and collapsing an enemy's tent while they sleep. While the trapped enemy laid under the heavy fabric, they would rescue the Hindu slaved girls and the loot. After crossing the temporary bridges, the order will go out to remove the planks of those temporary bridges. Chak de fate. This adrenaline rush has taken its present-day meaning of tear it up. Sikh's 12 o'clock also comes from this time, as the raids used to be done at midnight while the enemy was asleep.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Anandpur Sahib. We are confident. We have started polo for the first time in Anandpur Sahib. And Anandpur Sahib, as you all know, is the home of the Khalsa. When Guru Gobind Singh Sahib started the Khalsa in Anandpur Sahib in 1699, he decreed that the horse should be the first love of his warriors. And this love of the horse is what we are bringing to Anandpur Sahib. We are bringing it back to its home. And we are confident that the masses, the Sikh youth will take to polo, horse riding and equestrian sports in a big way. So we are now in the process of starting in the first tournament of arena polo in Anandpur Sahib. The intention is to create attention and bring attention to the history, the heritage, the traditions of equestrian sports for the Punjabis and the Sikh warriors and the Sikh youth at large. So I hope that this message goes out to all the young people in the Punjab and all the Sikhs to emulate their ancestors and bring the love of the horse back to Punjab.
Polo is the ultimate tool to leadership. You don't only enjoy it, the adventure, but you also feel great to learn much more at the end of the game. It gives you that feel of detail, enjoyment of risk, and that's what a soldier looks for. And this ultimately translates into how good a leader you become. That's how polo is important. It builds in team spirit, it builds in a consideration for the animal, and also to get the best out of it. That's how we enjoy polo.
modern day example of the warrior-like spirit can be seen on Punjab's polo fields. On the polo field, Sikh swords transform into mallets, and the warrior spirit transforms into exuberance. The 300-year anniversary of the birth of Khalsa was commemorated with a polo tournament in Patiala. The legendary General Chanda Singh, who played for the Maharaja of Patiala, the British Army, and the King of Spain, to today's top players such as Colonel Pinkavirk, Colonel Rupinder Singh Barar, Lieutenant Colonel Ajay Ahlawat, and Colonel Navjeet Sandhu are all from Punjabi pedigree. World-famous Colonel Kuldeep Singh Garcha, a Punjabi, received the Arjun Award, the highest award for outstanding sportsmen in India. Patiala's polo legends are so famous that even a whiskey peg is called the Patiala peg. The story goes that when the British lost to the Maharaja Patiala's polo team, they complained that they were served too much whiskey. The Maharaja replied that that was the size of the Patiala peg. Even today, Patiala's polo ground is a very central place to Patiala's sports life. While the military produces the majority of the polo players, most of the tent pegging stars come from the Punjab Police Academy. Since its inception in 1891, horse riding has been an integral part of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Punjab Police Academy. After India's independence, it has been central to the revival of equestrian sports. Tent pegging is Punjab's forte. It has produced international figures such as Satpal Singh.
Punjab Police Academy itself is a 1891 police training school, and since 1891 then it became a college, then it became academy. So the riding school is the oldest school in Punjab here in Punjab Police Academy, and this academy has been training horses. We have best of the riders. We have been training the riders as well from state, from outside the state, whatever demands come to us, and we have been doing this job since that time.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so they've been doing...
Incidentally, we don't breed horses.
You do not breed horses?
We don't breed horses.
We buy, we train,
Okay.
and we participate in various events.
The Punjab Armed Police and this is Punjab Police Academy. So combined together, we are the champions in all India Police.
In which kind of sports?
Yeah, four disciplines essentially. Tent
All
pegging,
four?
All four. Tent pegging, equestrian tent pegging, show jumping, dressage, cross country. These are the events of all India Police Equestrian.
And all of that training happens year-round here at this facility?
Yeah.
Schools also take a great part in grooming the upcoming generation of Punjabi riders.
Dismount, under the belly mount. Mount.
While we are all in school, we learn our life to more. By learning how ourselves to rule, learning self-control. Moving our own worlds inspired by glorious past. We'll build our worthy future, striving upwards to the last. In class and house and school, alone we're sure to fail. We must have many talents, who united will prevail. Moving our own worlds inspired by glorious past.
After seeing the amazing performances, I sat down with their headmaster, Dr. Jagpreet Singh.
Headmaster Jagpreet Singh, how come your students are such great horsemen?
Well, ma'am, I must say it's naturally given to these boys by God. These boys and girls who are actually living with us, they live with us 24/7. And they come with a very different mission. They come here to educate themselves. They've come out to make themselves as a thorough gentlemen and gentle ladies. But over the years, what we've seen is their passion for riding, their passion with the horses has been far more tremendous. And it has become more or less what I would say an enthusiasm with these riders, that they are just displaying their skills. And I think it is more to do with God Almighty, who has been really, really benefiting these guys. And they are outstanding, no doubt.
And what was the reason to make horse riding such an integral part of your curriculum?
Well, it goes with the ethos of the school. It goes for the very culture for which the school was established. This goes back to 1960, when Sardar Pratap Singh Karon, the visionary of this school, thought of making this school and implementing the very constitution of this school on a very armed forces type, like it was open for the people to cater to the armed forces. And very few people know that in 1960, for 2 years, this school was known as Punjab Sainik School. And this emerged to be a Sainik school. And 1962, we converted the school into a public school. But the very ethos for what this school was established was to cater to the armed forces. And these children, when they land up into armed forces, they are being prepared to be the cadets of tomorrow and the soldiers of the country, and they have been enriched with those qualities. And riding is supposed to be one of the biggest qualities they possess. So it is a part of our curriculum very much, but not all students do it. We do it for the junior school. They have to do riding. And then when they come to senior school, it becomes a part of their hobby.
And so how many students participate in horse riding?
Over 200 students, girls and boys, over the past 20 years or more, have been taking part in this wonderful sport. They come at a very tender age of 9 years. Maybe they've not even seen a saddle. But coming to the very soil of Punjab Public School, Nabha, then they inculcate this wonderful passion. And over the years, living in 7-8 years at the school, they pass out with all the skills.
And for them to be so good at it, what is their routine?
They start very early in the morning. There are young boys who want to go and do all the services to the horses. They would love to spend a time in the stables. They would like to give them a brush. They would like to give them a little scrub. They would like to maintain their horses. Of course, I think that's a true passion, what they have to live with. Then it starts quite early in the morning, 5:30. They go to the stables. They look after the horses. They come out with the horses at 6:30. And for an hour and a half, they are doing their regular practices. Then they go and attend the school, they attend their classes, and then again in the evening for an hour and a half, they are again back to the sport.
All right. And we could see that in their performance.
Yes, and they are more than their classrooms. I think the stables attract them more.
Wonderful. I heard they have been winning a lot of awards around India.
Yes.
Please tell us more about that.
Well, we are the IPSC champions for last 17 years.
IPS stands for?
That is Inter-Public School Conference Schools. They are Indian Public School Conference. They are top schools in the country who compete with each other. For last 17 years, we have been ruling over it. More than that, in the Delhi Horse Show, which is the biggest national horse show we have, I'm so proud to say that our children have been bagging the largest number of medals in the country.
Wonderful.
Yes.
School
and moreover, competing with the Indian Army, with the top clinics, and with the policemen, and these young boys show such a tremendous talent that everybody comes to watch PPS, guys.
And
yes.
It was a great pleasure again
Thank
to
you
see your students' performance.
Thank you.
And
very
thank you
much.
for allowing us to be able
well,
to...
Well, it's been entirely our pleasure, and we try to showcase this because we know that we are the pioneers in the schools here. And no doubt about it that we are #1 school in the country today with the equestrian skills. And you could see the enthusiasm with the children, of course.
What a great contribution to Punjab and its culture.
I'm proud of that.
Every society takes a great deal of pride to preserve its heritage and legacy. So it is to no surprise that people who lived on their horses in the lucky jungles in the 17th century still excel in horse riding as if they were born on horseback.